In a world where tree climbing is the goal, who would be considered a success? Most of us have been told that there is only one path to success. But is that the path for everyone? For most of us in high school, getting into university is considered a success. Who here just disappeared into anxiety when I mentioned university? I also felt that same stress, so I packed my schedule with sports, extracurriculars, teaching, volunteering. Heck, I even started a business when I was 10 years old. And although I enjoyed all of these activities, they started taking up so much of my time, and I started to wonder why I was doing all of them. And one thing came to mind. I want to be successful. So, what does success mean? How did you come to that understanding? And was it defined by you or those around you? As humans, we absorb information from our surroundings, whether that's the news, social media, or other social interactions. We also inherit our definitions of success from our environment, be that family, friends, or society in general. According to the Britannica Dictionary, success is the act of achieving wealth, respect, or fame. The Oxford Dictionary defines it as the accomplishment of an aim or purpose. If you searched on the internet, you'd find millions of results, ranging from achieving a small goal to positively impacting society. For me, success was defined as a linear path that led to making money. Go to school, get a degree, get a great job, and make money so that you can be considered successful. And of course, people who have those things are considered successful, but I believe it stretches way beyond that. Yes, success can be a measurement of what you earn through your accomplishments, but I believe it should also be a measurement of how happy and fulfilled you are with your life. A Harvard study done by Sean Ager found that happiness is what fuels success. He explains our society's most commonly held formulas for the word are broken. So currently, we believe that success leads to happiness. But recent discoveries in positive psychology suggest that this is backwards. Happiness is what fuels success, not the other way around. When you're happy, your brain becomes more engaged, resilient, and creative, all leading to success and positive results. So if that is the case, why don't our definitions start with what makes us happy? Have any of you heard of the Happiness Index? In a collaborative project, the World Health Report, Oxford, and the UN created a survey that compared countries with different levels of GDP and measured how happy they were based on 6 factors. The surprising finding is that despite money being a necessary aspect of success, most countries identify things like healthy lives, social support, freedom, and generosity as main contributors to success and overall happiness. The index doesn't dismiss the need for money, but it does something really important. It expands our idea of success. Success is having enough money, but it includes things like social support, freedom, family relationships, and things that improve your overall quality of life. In Canada, you're seen as successful if you have a nice car, lots of money, a nice job, among other things. But what we learned from the Happiness Index is that money isn't the only contributor to success. So why do we feel the pressure to define it that way? I'm sure everyone here has felt pressure to be successful, to follow that formulaic path that we've all been taught. But I've realized that building my own definition of success and making choices off it is what's going to lead me to my most authentic and happy life. So if you look at Michael Jordan's Forbes profile, his success is all about the money that he's made. But if you ask Michael himself, he says, "I have missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I have lost almost 300 games. 26 times I have been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I have failed over and over and over again, and that is why I succeed." So considered to be one of the greatest basketball players in history, Michael Jordan was unmatched in his athleticism and his drive. If he'd listened to others' definitions of success, he probably would have quit. he didn't make his high school team, and he didn't make his college team. But by defining success as trying, he was picked up by the Bulls in the NBA in the 3rd draft. And from there, it was non-stop work as he continued to redefine success for himself. He stayed laser-focused on what he wanted to achieve and not what anyone else thought he should. And that is why he succeeded. So, according to Tony Robbins, the ability to define success for ourselves is our ultimate power. He explains to us that you have to first decide what success means to you. So whether that's getting into a good university, learning to play a new instrument, or something as aspirational as traveling the world. The next step is to make decisions that are going to lead you to that life. And then the final step is to take action on those decisions. So if we go back to the example of Michael Jordan, he defined success as becoming a basketball champion. He made the decision to treat every failure as a way to get closer to his goal. And then he took action by playing basketball every chance he got. Your definition of success has to be personal so that it will lead to your own fulfillment and happiness. So, what is success? We all have preconceived ideas of success that are influenced by external factors, that formulaic path that we've all been taught. But we have the power to define what it is to us. For me, success is having a job that I love and people that I care about. I often felt constricted living up to society's definition of success. But I've now realized that my version of success relies on exploring new things and finding what I'm passionate about. So I ask you to do the same. Discover your own definition of success. Make choices that are going to lead you to that life. And then take action. Thank you.